The People's Democratic Party is in the news again as tension seems to be escalating within its fold ahead of its 2025 National Convention. The party has abruptly suspended the screening of aspirants for its elective positions, citing logistical adjustments. But insiders say the real story is far more explosive. From legal threats by party elders to defection warnings from lawmakers, the PDP is facing a full-blown credibility crisis, and at the center of it all is a nomination battle that's raising eyebrows among party faithfuls. Joining us for today's discussion is a member of the People's Democratic Party, Mazi Dickson Iroegbu. Good morning, Mazi Dickson Iroegbu. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, before I ask my first question, is the party convention still holding? Just to clarify. Because that was not the first question I had in mind.
15th to 16th.
It's still holding.
15th to 16th of November, our convention will hold, and nothing is stopping it.
You hope it will hold, or is certain that it will hold?
The convention of the People's Democratic Party will hold from the 15th to 16th of November. And I wonder what narrative the media wants us to give them. Are you expecting that PDP should not proceed with success, or you want to uphold this attempted one-party state that APC wants to foist on the nation? I don't know what's going on.
It's not a narrative. We say this. It's not a narrative, and we ask this because of observations and things that we've seen. Mazi, many within the PDP will say what we're seeing now is not just logistical issues, but a deeper fracture in the party's soul, unresolved tensions dating back to 2022 primaries and leadership tussles. What have you? In your view, what are the structural and ideological fault lines that keep resurfacing in the PDP? It's almost like a demon that needs to be exercised. Why has the party struggled to heal them?
Okay, the demon that will be exercised will be the doubts coming from the media. I think the media should also help to ensure that we help build democracy. Because PDP, when it came on board in 1999, held sway for that 10 years and handed over peacefully and democratically in 2015. Yes, the process that got us here is maybe the 2014 convention, where some party members, leaders, about 7 governors, 5 left and 2 came back and stayed to pull the party down from within. That is actually where the said demon that you're talking about came in, and we have moved on, attempted to rejuvenate the party. Of course, 2017, when we had our convention, the party, 2018 we had the convention. Before 2018, we recognized what challenge was at 2014 was the issue of zoning. In 2017, had zoned its ticket clearly to non-Nigeria. That is what informed in 2018 only Northerners, no Southerner purchased a expression of interest and the nomination form for that contest in 2019. So we went in there and the party started coming back, and then of course derailed again in 2022, preceding 2023 election, because it ought to have zoned its ticket to the southern Nigeria time. But the party left it open, and that is what allowed the crack that we are now trying to, as much as possible, recover from. But the party has also corrected that mistake of 2022 by going ahead to zone its ticket to southern Nigeria against the 2027 election. So what we are doing now is the internal rearrangement that will ensure that we succeed with that move for 2027. The internal challenges and all of that, you see, it's exciting. It shows that PDP is still the best option, that PDP is not dead, as some have claimed, or some had claimed, those who left the party believing that the party was dead and all of that are also making moves through the back door to come back. For instance, the likes of former governor of Jigawa State, who was seen hobnobbing with those who moved to ADC and all of that, who gave a condition that he would not attend any meeting of the party except the FCT minister is suspended or expelled.
Is that why they refused to sell the? Is that why they refused to sell to him the forms to, be a part to contest for national chairman of the party?
No. At the time, he now indicated interest to run. And listen, there are internal mechanisms adopted by the party. For instance, the Northern Caucus met and adopted a consensus candidate. But even that day that they announced the consensus candidate, it was declared that any person from the North who still wants to aspire for that position of chairman and that is welcome. Nobody indicated the interest until Monday when former Governor Sule Lamido now showed up to want to purchase the form and all that, when the next day is supposed to be screening. So that day was the last day for submission of forms, not purchase of forms anymore. So I think the narrative needs to be corrected that nobody denied him his constitutional right to express his interest to vie for any position. Rather, there are rules that applies, and because that timing was wrong, that possibly informed why he didn't get it at that time. So, but for me, sincerely, this is just a storm in a cup, really.
So he's accused some unnamed party leaders who he says they have hijacked the process and that they're frustrating his attempt to join the race. He said that I think it was officially locked because of, he said he spoke to journalists and he said that after visiting the office of the National Organizing Secretary and the National Secretary, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, that both of whom reportedly said they had no knowledge of the sales of nomination forms. He said, I went to the office of the National Organizing Secretary, which is normally where the forms are sold, and the office was locked. I think it was officially locked because of his position. So I met with him, the secretary of the party, Senator Anyanwu. Both of them said they had no idea where the forms are, not even how they were printed or the kind of forms they are. And then he said that the situation may be a deliberate attempt to exclude him from the contest. And he said that he's dead. He's said that he will go to court. What do you think the next steps will be for him and how this might impact the PDP?
The next step for him is left for him to decide. I was surprised that a leader like him, who should know better where to go to look for what he's looking for. Not the places he went to was the wrong place, because a committee was set up at the neck. And at the time that committee was set up to organize the national convention, the NWC has no role to play in that direction. And it's clear, it's not in any way anything wrong. It was very clear. The people are given the mandate to organize the convention is the National Organizing Committee and not the NWC. So the former governor, Sule Lamido, have gone to Legacy House and not Weather House. So we now wonder, what does he want to achieve, really, if not probably to continue the direction that they have taken, either after enjoying all of what they have enjoyed from the PDP, they want to pull the roof down. But the ship has sailed already. The train to Ibadan has taken off. Anybody who is not on board, I'm saying, should wait after the convention. Really, the offices he went to, they told him rightly what it is. They don't know what the color of the form is, how many was printed, because it's not their duty to know. If he wanted to get the form, he should have gone to the Legacy House and not Wadata House.
Now, Mazi, with everything that is happening, what's behind the sudden halt in the screening of aspirants for those seeking elected positions ahead of PDP's Ibadan convention?
Yeah, well, the reason has been given. There are internal issues needed to be addressed, or whatever was not in place for them and all of that. And it is not anything that anybody should worry about. All committees, subcommittees have been inaugurated for this convention. And I wonder why we always speak on, things that are not necessarily an issue.
No,
yes,
it's
a committee that was set up for screening, they can shift it forward. What's wrong with that? It doesn't call for any alarm, really. There's no cause for whatsoever. The screening committee will announce a new date, as they already stated, and those who have expressed their interest will go for the screening.
What is the unforeseen circumstances? They said it's been the screening earlier scheduled to hold for Tuesday, October 28th, has been shifted due to unforeseen circumstances. Can you give us an idea what these unforeseen circumstances are? I know you said that there's some internal issues within the party. What exactly is going on? If you can point us. Of course, we want it to happen, and we want the PDP to be ready for its convention.
The last time I checked, you're not a member of the PDP. And this internal whatever that have, it is for us to address. It's not for them to come to the public domain and be discussing it. We have come to understand that there are those who are in various platforms by the ruling party to destabilize the People Democratic Party. But internally also, we have devised ways of keeping closely our plans so that we don't give the enemy access to our plans,
Okay, I want to still talk about
it, that you are not a member of the party, and that I am not also given the authority by the committee to speak on their behalf.
Okay.
I'm just an ordinary member of the PDP.
Some information has come to the media, and part of it is that the party's internal crisis was further compounded, or has been compounded, by the threat of over 20 federal lawmakers elected on the platform of PDP to defect from the party over an alleged plot by the leadership to clear a nominee of an All Progressives Congress governor for the position of National Woman Leader. I don't know if you can help shed some light on that, on the truth or otherwise of that.
Well, that is a story we read in the media from the Honorable representing Idato North and South, that is Honorable Ikenga Ugochinyere, and his team. He's from my state, Imo State. Yes, the name mentioned, the now APC governor, who was the governor that he himself hobnobbed with during the crisis of the national secretary. That is the governor of Edo State, who was directly involved in the crisis of that office, the office of the national secretary, after attempting to destabilize the party from that end, because we knew, that he was indeed working for the APC. He had made moves, to move to APC a long time ago. And Honorable Ikenga Ugochinyere was with him in that fight. So I am surprised now that someone like him is a crying foul. He said he has also concluded his own plan to move to the APC, like so many of them. So, but the issue is that there is a need for the Southeast part of the PDP to be reconstituted, so that we don't have a governor in the Southeast. So the call of the National Secretary, that is Senator Manyaron, to ensure that the Southeast Congress and all of that, and the interest of the Southeast is well captured. I recognize it and I appreciate it. I support it. There's a need for us to rejig it. Personally, for instance, I have an interest to run also in the offices that may be zoned to my own zone, that is the Southeast. But at the moment, because at the time that decision was taken, we had a governor who was the leader of the party in the zone. Now that we don't have it, I believe that the party leadership would do the right thing and ensure, possibly this may be the reason why the screening committee, shifted forward, because there's a need to address that concern of the Southeast.
Now, Mazi, I'm glad you mentioned the issue of governors, and we've seen a wave of defections. PDP states that have been traditional PDP state since 1999. I've seen the governors defect to the ruling APC for one reason or the other. And there's also some defections that are waiting to happen. Just earlier this morning, we discussed on this show the governor of Plateau State, Caleb Muchweg, saying he's under pressure to the camp, to the APC. And we also know the situation with Governor Diri in Bayelsa State. How troubling is this? Are these waves of defections, especially of senior party members like governors in the PDP to the APC? What effect does it have on the People's Democratic Party?
It is the People's Democratic Party, not Governor's Democratic Party, not Senators Democratic, not House of Representatives Democratic Party. It is the people. Like the governor of your state, right, stated, until hunger defects, until poverty that is ravaging the nation defects, until security defects to the ruling party, then we're worried. But anybody who is moving to join the ruling party, what I have asked, particularly myself from the Southeast, what I have asked the only governor from the South that moved to APC is, what is it that, you say APC has been to Southeasterners that would make you want to move to APC? Is it security? Is it that life has improved in the Southeastern Nigeria? Is it justice, equity, and fairness? Is it that marginalization of the Southeastern Nigeria has stopped? No, it is selfish. It is their personal interest, that is simply making them move. You mentioned the governor of Plateau. I listened to him. He didn't infer that he's moved. He stated clearly that indeed, yes, there is pressure, there is coercion, there's every move, intimidation and all that, even inducement, by the Union Party to bring these governors to the belief that is going to help them. But unfortunately, because they have nothing to prove, that is what they are now looking at, how to ensure that they prepare the grounds for anticipated reading of the election in 2027. But let me put on record the ruling party, the real party, that 2027 is going to be Nigerian people against the ANC, because we are the ones directly affected. The governor of Plateau State only stated clearly that the only person, he said there are two people who can make him move to the APC. He said only God Almighty and then the people who elected him. He stated it clearly. He, of course, expressed that there are pressure and all of that. There is pressure to come over to APC and all that. But that he has given himself two reasons why he would move: God Almighty and possibly the people who elected. And he asked the people there and then in that hall, he said, do you people want me to move to APC? And they said no, and he closed that chapter. Those who want to move, even himself, if he wants to move, for us in the PDP, we are focused, first of all, to put our house together and ensure that we have our convention well organized in November, and thereafter we will now commence the process of reclaiming our nation from these people who have ruined our land, because the elites seem to be assembling against the Nigerian people. And that's why I said the election is going to be Nigerian people against the APC.
All right, Mazi Dickson Iroegbu, it's been an interesting conversation we've had so far. Thank you so much for joining us. So we're counting down the days to the PDP convention and hoping that whatever it is that's happening behind the scenes, the internal wrangling of the party is sorted out so that we can see the PDP as a formidable opposition come 2027.
And you have our best wishes. We want democracy to thrive in our country.
Thank you very much.